let's go move to the part 2 of this coArchi collaboration plugin usage and the practice sharing. In the last previous video, I share with you how to get the primary information for the coArchi tool, and also I demo to you once you have your local model. That is I preferred one. So from the tool bench itself is you can actually directly create. You can clone the remote model to your local. But imagine you are creating the repository from the beginning. So you first have a local model. So what I demo to you is using this 3 type of the repository or Git handling platform. All of them can host your the remote repository, and we already demo how you can exchange the information through the publish, and you can create the new branch and to synchronize with the remote repository. And also I show you one slightly difference, or maybe that's called this advantage for Azure DevOps, that they can show you those branch hierarchy compared to the GitHub and the Gitblit local server. So and then those are the preparation. I hope you are also doing the that setup for yourself. And for this second video I will share with you some my and our team's lessons learned. So how to manage the day-to-day work using the coArchi. So first is this one I extract one of our the team's outputs. It's back to the 2021. You can see the dates, and after that version we didn't have too much change. But if you remember the Archi, so if you have your Archi, so normally we have the 4 the concepts you first need to be clear. So when you see in your Archi tool, that we call that local. So you have a local master branch, and you have all the rest of those local working branch we called. And I focus on this naming working branch. Maybe I will have another one. So I can branch like is the Jack branch. So if you have another the colleague, then you can have you create another colleague's the working branch. Then you have those different working branch. So that is a local branch. And if you come to the remote, so let's see. So where is our remote? Here. So this is our remote the repository. I demo you through this Git the DevOps. So you can see here, Jack is a branch, and Xiaoqi branch, and the master branch. So we call this master branch is the remote master, and those are the remote working. So based on this concept, we build our, as I mentioned, is the way of working. So that is not the solid mandatory step, but within our team, we are keep communicating with the newcomers and to keep the educating the existing architects to try to follow this, because we assign user branch to every architect. We call all of us are modeler, Archi modeler. So everyone who has the actual access to the repository has one name, the working branch, like Xiaoqi branch, like Jack branch. And then this in the day-to-day basis, we work on our local Archi. We synchronize from the repository. So we're working on the user local. And then that is working on the self branch. And once I have something done, I will commit. And after I commit I will using the collaboration, the menu to do the publish. This publish is published to your user remote. You need to consider. So is not published to the master because you are working on this branch, that is your active branch, and when you publish that to the DevOps that go to the user remote, what you need to do is you need to ensure is user remote, once you finish your part of the work, should be synchronized with the master branch or the both master local and master remote. So the third part is once you have something work already published to your the user remote, which means your remote and local are synchronized. Then double click master, so which means you need to switch to your master in your local. So this switching is with you switching in your Archi tool. So this first and second is local Archi tool. First and third are local Archi tool. Second and the fourth are remote DevOps, the model. So you switch to your master local. So you're still in your Archi. Then you click any item because when you want to use the collaboration menu, you need to active your model. So click your model tree to activate a model master local branch. Then what you need to do first is consider you are not working on your own. At the same time you are working, your colleagues are also working. So they may already done a lot of work, publish and synchronize to master. So your master may be already possible ahead you. So what you need to do is if you move to your master local, the first activity is do the refresh. The refresh means your master local branch will read remote the master branch. So why we only do the refresh is we have our those discipline within the team is nobody should directly working in the master branch. So everyone should working on their own user branch. We are as a team to protect our master branch because master branch is only used as the bridge. Whenever you switch to your master local, try to refresh. Refresh means is your master local catching up the latest change in the master remote. Those remote is not done by you. It's done by your colleague. So you need to get those latest one. And then this once you have your master local synchronized from master remote, double click back to your user local. And then when you back to your user local active as the branch, then right click the master local and do choose the merge. Here I have a highlight is within our team we recommend is whenever we have the merge, user should choose a local because there's one remote option, one local option. I will demo to you is what's the difference, but I suggest is you also use local. And then this if you have any issue happened, that is still are solvable because you can see the direction. Direction is you merge from master local to your user local. So which means this direction is you are going to use master to overwrite or merge to your working branch. So if there's a conflict, you are still have your master local not impact directly. So that means is we protect the master local because you need to protect your other colleagues' work. You sometimes is that is the compromise is we should value other people's the already published work. If there's any happened issues, call a meeting or find this from the DevOps history is who did recent these commits. Try to discuss. That is the offline discussing. Try to do the troubleshooting because is sometimes not all the conflict can be solved without anything losing. So that also another recommendation is try to do this this kind of the merging or the synchronized work. This 16 step is as more frequently as possible, so that is just if here has any happen that finally our team decision is you need to drop your work to protect all the locals master, all the other colleagues already published the work, then try to minimize your loss. But this not always happen. So if nothing, then means some merge is a success. Then your local user local has the merged one with the master local latest commits. Then switch to your user within your user local, publish that merged result to your user remote. So if there's if you do nothing, the conflict changes sometimes or you just try to synchronize from master local without any additional work, then you will get 0, no behind, no ahead. But if you have some work and the remote has some work into the master, then after your merge, you at least maybe have one ahead or multiple ahead. So that means once you publish your work to the user remote, if you go to the DevOps compared to the master remote, that will be the 0 behind and several the commits ahead. So for those part is the time. For the rest of the step is you need to let your ahead commits merge back into the master. So double click, confirm is there's no behind. So because it's days 10, number 10 is also important. Is sometimes you cannot control your other colleague during your step 1 to step 9. Some other colleague is to continue have something published to master local, so master remote. Then you need to repeat above to do make the latest master. So until you can see your branch is 0 behind the master, then you can have confidence is switch to master local, and then activate your master local branch and do this direction. So compared to step 6, this step 13 is the vice versa direction. So now is your merge your ahead commits to local master. Also, we recommend is to choose local. So now I can explain this because it's compared to the remote or compared to the online and the local. The online merge means is if you do that merge is directly at the same time merge to your local branch and they publish to the remote. So that means is those merge and publish means 13 and 14 are combined as one step. And after this 14th publishing done, you will get a one pop-up dialog talk to you is, are you still want to keep your master local or you want to delete your the local one, local branch, or maybe user local, I mean. So if you just happen to click OK, then your local user local branch will be deleted because that is the mechanism from this online merge is they don't think you still need our local working branch. So that is one reason is I don't want this of architect is just happened to delete their working branch. Even at that time is synchronized with master, but we still need to recreate their working branch. Secondly is we split 13, 14, split number 5 and number 6 is also due to the network connectivity, the potential issue, because if you do number 5 and number 13 separately, you are only do the change or the merging in your local machine. So at this time is there's nothing involved in the remote network connectivity. In the number 6 and the number 14 is they actually is do the number 7 and the numbers 13 are just a local merge. Number 9 and number 14, then you have finished your local merge, then you publish. This publish is only the publish. But if you choose the online, they do the merge and publish all the ways at the same time. So imagine in the middle if your network down, because our DevOps is in the our central global server is if your VPN down, then your Archi's publish threads will be down. So then that will trigger some unforeseen issues. Maybe that's no big problem, but we don't want this our work is stopped in some middle and not easy to trace and not easy to do the troubleshooting, because possible is next time when the network recovered is this coArchi doesn't detect that the which point is stopped, and on this XML-based the Archi repository, there's some missing or loss during this merge publish at the same time. So that is our recommendation. Depending on your the use case, you can choose using this way, or you can combine this merge and publish yourself. So, and after that is you need to validate is you starting from zero behind, and now you should have the zero ahead. Then that will be confident is your work is contribute back to the master, and you can double click your user local branch and back to your working branch to continue work. So that is our 16 step. Is I also published this to the forum earlier. So the reason I want to explain this is back to the question in the beginning we talked about is how to manage the project. Actually inherit those ideas in the beginning or 2 years before. We actually build our kind of our similar the way is we have our Archi repository as the baseline. We don't create another repo. Because if you create another repo, they just the two models. You cannot do the synchronize. That not the coArchi can do anything help to you. But within the this same model, we create a multiple project as the multiple the branch. So that is what I demo to you is on here. So if you click the DevOps, we actually is originally we have our naming working branch. We also have those project branch. And then this we tried starting from this way, and we built some kind of this branching, merging the mechanism, because it's once your branch is project A branch is in the ongoing, we only manage is this ongoing has one way to synchronize from the baseline branch. Baseline we call that is the phase one branch. Maybe it's first is let's see. So what we have done is these are phase one. So we can call that is the baseline. And then we from this and we create another branch. So add a new branch is project BBB. Then phase two is the ongoing. And we just keep working. This ongoing actually is try to synchronize from phase one. And we do the phase one is one time synchronized from master, but they can do the multiple ways. So regularly they can synchronize the latest master catalog to phase one. But it will be the tricky is if there's any change on master by your colleague, your other team members, and you synchronize to your baseline, we call it phase one, whether or not you need to synchronize us to phase two. So if you have phase three, phase four, how that will be done. So this is always our question, because it's sometimes your phase two, maybe you change quite a lot on different elements on the plateau, or is you're working on the different views. But if you keep merging from the latest catalog, maybe that is not what your the phase two states are willing to have. But if you don't merge, then that means gradually is you are ongoing the project, this branch is starting to have more and more behind in your compared to your baseline or compared to the master. So these always are open questions. So that can only be answered by the project architect who has more knowledge on his project's the artifacts. But you can see here we build our kind of the simpler way, try to manage is whenever you have your ongoing working, do not merge back to baseline, because if you merge back to baseline, you destroy your baseline, because that baseline may be the as is. Your ongoing is the changing part, and your phase 3 is your to be. It's not make sense is you put is your changing ongoing parts to replace some artifacts of as is if your ongoing part is not go live. So this is one part, so we need to pay attention, and that is our not easy to manage because it's time to time I may create some new catalog. For example, we have a new market entry. So in our repository, we create a new location called this market. We have new registered or another applications that should be entered into the catalog. But if you keep working without too much the synchronize, then because even you synchronize something is you need to question whether that is working in this ongoing situation. So that is the challenge to this project architect. But we try to manage if the project architect want that way of working, just keep working on this ongoing branch without interfere by this by direction working the merging. And then once this project is go live, we may create our release branch. And also when finished, create this new branch with market, project name, release, and we have those the naming schema, and clean up those unnecessary elements or views that we in these final deliverables, because some temporary artifacts in the ongoing branch you can leave on that branch, but in the release branch we need some cleanup. And then this one is we read from our baseline branch, catching up those the native latest change from the master in the most left, and then we will do the final project repo repository merge back review meeting. So this is a very important kind of the discussion meeting. You need to invite your all the impact architects into this meeting, including your project architect or project solution architect, because everyone need to understand is here is a project A going to release or have released, and there's a number 1, 2, 3 artifacts have created after the baseline, and now the architect want to add back to the master repository. Or everyone agree on that, or anyone has question because possible this project A's changing element impact project B, which is the project B's project architect need to give comments and need to understand these impacts. So once we have this join the review meeting done, then this we can merge from the project A release back to the baseline. If that is back to baseline, then baseline is you can treat that almost as the master. So if you don't need to create another baseline branch, then you can treat that as master. And after this keep merge back, follow this push, commit, and the publish, then it's your project architect to decide is whether this project A ongoing branch, project A release branch need to be kept still, or there's nothing valuable, then you can delete that. But normally is we may keep those as future reference, so we don't create delete that simply. So for this approach is we tried in the early days of our team. It's simpler. It's some pros. So pros is clearer to control the artifacts in project mode. So this project mode because you work on this project branch. So you focus on this one. No one touch base on your branch, and we build this soft discipline is a one-way sync to project branch, make it possible for project inherit the master catalog whenever we have keep adding. And the multiple level project can have keep splitting in branch, which you saw that in the DevOps. So you can have the multiple level of the hierarchy, but it also have the clear cons. So first, it's difficult for one project that have a multiple archetype working together. So then you are starting to face the same way is, are you going to create many username branch under one project, like project A? Because you need to start to coordinate with multiple architect. So if not, is how you can ensure is those everyone is working on this project A ongoing branch, single branch, is not making the conflict during the time. Secondly, is it would be danger in the post go live merge back to master, because if your project is working quite long, like it's 1 year, 18 months, once you back coming to this step, it's maybe create a lot of the conflict, because it can be possible is your the valid element already deleted by in the repository several months before. So that can be happen. Then you need to solve those, and sometimes those solving such kind of conflict is quite dangerous. So that is one key reason is we treat this as the disadvantage. And the third one is branch hierarchy is not clear in coArchi tree. So even this, you can see here within the DevOps, we found this is good that we can have hierarchy, but they just have this slash in the branch tree in this coArchi. So that is not enough clear for us to manage. So I should say this in the beginning, the phase is we treat this should be a good discipline, but after maybe 2 or 3 projects, we faced quite a challenging situation. And when we have more and more modelers joining, now it's after 10 or now it's more than 20. And everyone working in several projects. So that is like our the mesh matrix is not easy to manage like this way. And especially is we indeed have some program is working by multiple the program architect lead some project architects. So how that structure is make the Archi's repository is quite unclear. So we actually is now we are not to see we already adopt this another approach. I just wanted to back to the questions research. The Mr. is Marcin or Marcin. So we are trying still testing this alternative approach 2. So not branching based on the project. So if I show you the another our working branch, so this is our the actual is real working branch, the working repository. We finally decided is we only have this working name branch, so per person. So that is the way is like what I have done here. So if we switch to our this model, so we don't use those project branch anymore. So we just create users the working branch. That is what our current way. So everyone just working on own branch, but the different projects are separate in the view, the folder. So if you come to here, so you can see, so in our working the model the repository, we have based on the TOGAF or BA GUID is we create some the common folder in view, like it's in the business architecture, So we create something is like the strategy value stream or based on the 10 the views. And also we create the information architect, application architect, technology architect. 01 to 04 are the catalog base or the central. But we have numbers of those project architect. We just create a separate folder. And on one of the projects, we base on the project name, and then the people is managed like similar to the central, the branch, the central folder. They just manage those, and then this people working on their working branch or user branch. And once the project is released, then this we will discuss is whether this view is better to go to because it's a business architecture. And then is we will try to find is which the business architecture domain this artifacts is built. Then possible is we will make those merge into here because in like a product mapping, we also have some market-based product. Then we can host some contribution from different market, different regions. After this is already go live. Then we can see that can be promoted to the common branch. And then once we have those, and we can manage based on the view naming. So you can name view is with the SEs ongoing and to be. And at the same time, we also want to do the micromanage to supporting certain analytical report. So we are now trying to test the property, the setting. So we suggest we create some property, just the tools as the starting point. One is the effective from, another is the effective until. So those is if we create a new element, we will give at least one. So maybe if this, for example, if I have this view, I have one new capability or new application create here. Then for this one is I will say here I will assign is effective from, maybe it's 20250101. So whenever people see this element have one property saying some future dates, then we can understand that this element is not yet go live, so not as is. And then this, if I connect to another the application, so this one has somebody else's create that is like here. So if I read this has are effective from, maybe it's, this property is set in 2022, but once it's passed is August 1st, then I will treat that as the already as is the elements. And also the such kind of things is those this property can also be the link to certain relation. For example, is I know this one is as is. This one will be ready beginning of 2025, but after that go live, we will start to build the integration. So this integration will be 1 quarter late after the upper application go live. So once we have those, then we will have more understanding is on the those the phase. And if you have this effective until. So let's see. So I think is if we have our dates, say is that means is on August 1st next year, this integration will be decommissioned. So that is a life cycle. So if we say here they have a from and they already have a past date as the until, then I know even it can be shown in one of the view, but this view is already not valid on this line. So that is the suggestion is we are now trying to do is we manage project. You can create your project views in the view folder, then is in the specific element, or even you can apply this property to the view level. Then we can see, oh, this is a to be view. Then this view has also the property, because if you click this view, you can also add a property. So this view, let's see. So I see the this is our to be view. So that is coming from the next January 1st. So then people know they you can give a meaningful naming. So that also a way that we try to do our little soft mechanism to manage the the project base. And also compared to the approach one, I suggest is also the Mr. Mochin is if you want to compare your the repository, try not split a repository, because if you split a repository, you split a model. You use one master branch and in the same repository create your modeler's user working branch, and then this manage the different project based on such kind of the property ways. So that is the one thing is I want to introduce. And I think it's I also mentioned this from here is our topic that discussed in the this forum. So it's one the colleague is talking about question is how to manage SE's transition to B. That is a similar question. And JB, who is the hero or the developing team owner for Archi, he actually is mentioned, gave a very comprehensive discussion, but that is kind of beyond our today's the talk is. But that is also a nice way that you can use the plateau and you can create some of the script and you start to extract those different phases. But that also you need to assign certain the concept, a certain the property, then is making that connect to your different the plateau, and then use those the script try to digest or the subset your the different phase of the project. So personally, is I haven't done this because one reason is we didn't the adopt those Archi, so Archi scripting tool for all of our modelers. So we use the coArchi now, so everyone use that. I don't want to create a complexity in the team. Is everyone also have a way to use some the other script to manage certain things for now. But if we don't have that approach tool working properly, then possible is we will further discuss this phase or states the distinguish through this nice discussion. So that is the thing is I share some of my ideas and our experience to use the coArchi to manage the branch and how use those branch to distinguish the working branch and the project-based branch, pros and cons. Last but not least is I also share with you some of our statistics. So you saw is that is the 16th step I shared on the screen. So actually is I digest those 9 steps, which is actually involved in some networking, the behavioral connectivity, and we have tested certain the performance. So sometimes we got this performance is quite bad, but normally is we found this performance that is the seconds. So that means for certain step, is you need to have maybe 1 minute or 3 minutes. Starting is from the 14 seconds or something, but that is, we also see the trend is once your repositories keep growing. Now is our repository is more than 20,000 relations and nearly 10,000 the elements. And also we create a lot of the properties. So that scale, you can gradually to feel is your coArchi is working slower and slower. But what I learned from forum is the coArchi is should not be slow like this. So one key reason I assume is within our companies we have the VPN, we have the internet that is across the continent, that make the network is not so stable. So sometimes it's quite slow. But what I learned from JB and Phil from the forum is maybe good hope is on the coArchi second version will have a better performance. So this statistic is should not be the real the normal case, but actually is for some time is we face is quite bad performance. But normally it's still not fast enough to us. People need to wait maybe 2 or 3 minutes when they do the synchronize or when they do the real merge. So we hope is coArchi can getting better, especially on the performance, and we will keep practicing the more features on the coArchi. And if you have the good the experience or the lessons learned can be shared, I'm more than happy to learn from you. And again, if you like my video, please subscribe my channel, or feel free to leave comments or questions to this video. I hope you get some reference information from this sharing, and if any more interesting areas you want to learn for the Archi, also drop me a question or comments. I hope to see you in the latest video. Thank you for your watching. Bye for now.